The sacred veil is a meditation, not just on life and death, but in the moment between life and death. And we're invited into that sacred space.
It has been such a privilege to work with Eric, both as composer and conductor, in bringing this transformative piece to life. This deeply moving work helps all of us deal with the process of grieving and healing after the loss of a loved one.
I'm so grateful to have been a part of the first performance and subsequently the first recording of Eric Whitacre's powerful work, The Sacred Veil. It's a piece that touches me very deeply, and it will always have a special place in my heart. I also think The Sacred Veil is vitally important. To my knowledge, it's the first time a musical work has addressed the journey of cancer in such stark and unwavering terms. From diagnosis to prognosis, treatment and side effects, impact on loved ones, hope, despair, and finally loss.
Singing The Sacred Veil is one of the most emotional experiences I've ever had as a performer. What really resonated with me in this piece is in Movement 10, titled Dear Friends. The texts were actually taken directly from Julia Silvestri's own blog post that she was keeping as she was battling terminal cancer. In it, she roughly wrote, "Dear friends, tonight I ask you to pray as you've never prayed before. Please don't pray that I have a peaceful death. Please don't feel pity for me. Pray that I have a miraculous recovery in a supernatural way. Fight with me. Don't give up on me." Those are such immensely powerful words, coupled with Eric's music in such heart-wrenchingly beautiful way. It just gets me every time I sing, "Fight with me, fight with me."
New commission is always really exhilarating and a little terrifying. You never really know what you're going to get. Even with Eric Whitacre, I mean, you know you're going to get something beautiful.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and it turned out that this was just an exquisite piece and a very personal piece for, I think, everyone. I mean, everyone in some way or another has been touched by cancer and by the effects of it. And this piece lays it bare in such a way that it's almost impossible not to be moved.
I'm already emotional.
No.
I think everybody, even in the rehearsal process from the very, very beginning, it was, when you looked around the rehearsal room, you would just see everybody welling up with emotion, and they would all draw on their own personal experiences in very different forms, whether it was a personal experience with cancer or their family members or extended family and so forth. It was so immediate how much this piece was going to touch every single person involved and the audience, we hope.
There is a sense of freedom when we can put into song a subject matter that is very difficult to talk about. Many of us, including musicians in the choir, have connections with friends and family who have fought this particular battle. The Sacred Veil offered us, and we hope through this recording, many others, a space to process grief and further healing.
I think The Sacred Veil is one of the most stunning and original pieces of music I have ever performed. The conceit and execution are genius and absolutely heartbreaking. Not just because the subject matter is so difficult, but because the work is built on moment after moment of such sweet, intimate, and relatable humanity.
The singing was so extraordinary and the music so moving that I had to keep myself from crying during the 2 days of the recording sessions.
I always found it deeply insightful to be able to work with living composers, to be able to hear them tell their story directly about their inspiration and their process. I've also found that Eric always has an amazing connection with the choirs that he works with. I think this mutual trust allows the music to reach a plateau that is very often, well, pretty darn sublime.